Yo, what is up YouTube? Trilog here, and today is episode 1 of how to make a script hub, and we're going to be covering our very first script. So I hope you guys enjoy and hopefully you guys learn something. If you guys don't know, I am a owner of a script hub called Insurgent Hub, and we've been open for, I don't know, I would say maybe like 4 months, and I've made over probably 400 USD from there. So I'm going to be showing you guys in this series how to get successful with managing, maintaining, and monetizing your script hub, how to push updates, all that good stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. First things first, when doing a script hub, you're going to need a couple apps, or apps is a good word for them, services. The first one is obviously Visual Studio Code. So here's the first thing, Visual Studio Code. If you guys don't have this, you could just search Google for Visual Studio Code and it'll pop up. Or I'll have all the links in the description, so you guys could check that out as well. So you're gonna need Visual Studio Code. And then next, you're gonna have to pick a UI. So I'll link this in the description as well. It has basically a ton of UIs to choose from. For ours, we're going to use Mercury, which is this one right here. Basically, you just click the image, it'll open up another thread, and on this thread, it'll show the documentation, which is what you're going to need. So you just pull up the documentation, and now you can, use the UI. Also, guys, we are doing the script today. Script 1 is going to be for this game, which is called Runstar Simulator. So yeah, so since you have your game, you're going to go here, find it on the web page, and copy the game place ID, because you're going to need that for later. And then you're going to go to Visual Studio, and we're going to go ahead and just write a simple if statement here. So this is basically, we'll make a comment, check game. Basically, so we're going to do an if statement. So if game.placeID, so basically it's going to be checking here is if the game.placeID equals, you have to do 2 equal signs, because that means that it has to equal the exact number that we're putting in here. So this basically means if game.placeID equals Runstar Simulator, then we want it to do this. So this means that if it's Runstar, it'll run everything in this right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make a local variable. So local, I'm going to call it current version. So local current version equals, and then you can do quotation marks, and I'm just going to call this script tutorial, or tutorial, something like that. I'll do a tutorial, and then a minus Runstar Simulator. Runstar Simulator. Basically what this is doing here is we're defining what the current version is, and we're going to be using current version as the name for the UI. So whenever you want to change this, since this is v1, we could just put v1 because it's version 1. So like, let's say you did an update, you could just change it to v4 and you don't have to change the title. So it's very nice. Just a little feature I like to add in all my scripts. So now we're going to jump over to the UI documentation, and now we have to actually call and get the library. So basically you would just copy this right here, the local Mercury equals this. If you're using a different UI, the name of the UI is going to be here, and then the load string, just copy that, and then we're basically going to paste it here, right here, and you could do another enter, and I'm going to add another comment. It's always nice to add some comments just because you'll know where the code is for when you go to update. So we're going to call the library. And basically what this load string is a collection of methods and functions that you need to actually make this UI. We're going to put mainframe here in a comment, because now we're going to actually go ahead and get the mainframe, which is literally right here. So Mercury, which is the GUI. In other UI libraries, they could call it Windows. Just look out for that. So it's either going to be called GUI or Windows. So yeah, so you're going to paste that right here, just like this. And now the name, since we just made the name up here, current version, you're going to just go ahead and replace name with current version, just like that. And then you could, this is just completely like looks and aesthetics, so you don't have to change this. But yeah, that's basically what you do with that. Now the mainframe's done. That's the easy part. Now what we're going to do is actually work on the content. So we're going to have to create a tab, which will probably be, I'll probably name it farm tab. Farm tab. I'm assuming that would be good. So yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that. Actually, before we do that, my bad guys, we're gonna do local var, which is gonna be local variables, and then we could just go ahead and do the farm tab here. So farm tab creation. And now in farm tab creation, we're just gonna go ahead and define it. So local farm tab is equal to GUI, because we have to parent it to the GUI, :tab, and then you're gonna need a squiggle bracket. I don't know exactly what it's called, so I'm gonna call it that. And then you're gonna define the name of this tab. So the name is gonna be auto farm because it's the farming tab. And then you're gonna add a comma, enter, and then an icon. So you have to use a Roblox asset ID for this. I already have one picked out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and paste it in here, just like that. Now that we have the farm tab done, what we need to do is go ahead and get the script and get it ready to be set up. So it's not hard at all. Well, it might take a little bit of practice, but you're gonna need a script, and I'm gonna go ahead and link the script that you need in the description. It's called Simple Spy, so we're gonna go ahead and just run it. As you can see, here it is. Now, if you get these random things that keep like showing up, just press Simple Spy, make sure it turns red, and then click the one you want to get rid of. So this one, or I'll just get rid of this one. Just exclude I with the parentheses, and then just clear the logs, then press Simple Spy again, make sure it turns green, and yeah, it'll turn green, and then that means it's on. So yeah, so now with this simulator, we're gonna go ahead and race, because that's the whole purpose of this here. So we're gonna do a race prepare. It's gonna run. I think we're just gonna let it go. I don't really need to click anything. We're actually gonna stop this, and we're gonna wait till we get a little bit closer to turn it back on. So once I get closer to the end, I'll go ahead and turn this on, and we'll see what happens. So we're gonna just wait. I'm gonna speed this process up, and I'll be back when we're close to the end. All right, guys, we're close to the end, so I'm gonna enable Simple Spy again by pressing Simple Spy, and it should just go ahead and run over it. And we're gonna go ahead and now turn off Simple Spy again, because we have what we need, and I don't want the stuff to disappear. And now, as you can see, it runs a race prepare, then a race start, and then the clicks don't matter, and then it runs race end with the time it took to finish, and then it runs the claim. Actually, interesting. Give me a second. Oh, maybe because I didn't win. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what happened. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm just gonna get a little bit of speed here. That way we can get first place. So I'm gonna just turn on Simple Spy. I'm gonna clear the logs, and we're gonna just do it one more time just to make sure everything's good. So we're gonna start a race. 2, 1. We're gonna turn off Simple Spy, and we're gonna just spam click right now. And then when we get closer to the end, I'll go ahead and turn it back on. This way we don't get the race clicks showing up in the thing, which is very nice. So we're gonna keep going. It's way faster now. I'm gonna turn on Simple Spy right now. Nice. Boom, 3rd place. I think, no, we got 4th place. I think we need to get first, to be honest. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. So now that we have all of the race stuff that we need, we're gonna go ahead and go back to Visual Studio, and we could start coding. So we're gonna need a toggle here. So local world. I'm gonna just do what are we gonna call this? Local. I'm gonna have to do like local wins first world toggle, because it's gonna be different for each world. And then you're gonna do equals farm tab, because we got to parent it to the farm tab, and then a toggle. Nope, not a toggle, a toggle, and then another squiggle bracket. And now we can go ahead and just do like the names and stuff. Also, guys, if you want this to be way easier on yourselves, you can just go to the documentation and scroll down until you find toggle I think I passed it. Yep. And you just copy it from here. And then whenever you go ahead and open this again, instead of doing all this, you could literally just paste it here and then just do like farm, which is probably what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to do infinite wins. And then in the description, I'm going to put gold or world 1. Probably, yeah, I'll do world 1 like that. And then we got to press enter here because the callback is going to be the script that it actually runs. So we're going to need a variable here. So we'll probably do is farming wins. Is farming wins equals, we got to equal it to state because state's in the function parameter. And then you're going to copy this local right here and we're going to actually throw it into local variables. So I'm going to press enter. Local is farming wins equals false because you want to set to false, so whenever they join it's not instantly just starting the farm wins. Now here we're going to do a while loop. So this basically means while the is farming wins equals true, it's going to do the code inside of this segment here. So now we got to get the we got to get the remotes. Sorry, my brain is dying. So we're going to go ahead and grab the prepare remote. So we're going to just copy the code. And then we're going to go ahead and bring it over here. And we're going to paste it right here. And yeah, and then we're going to go ahead and need to add a wait command. So we're going to just press enter. We're going to add a wait with just like that. And then we're going to need to go ahead and get the race start. So I'm going to come back over here, find race start, copy the code, and we're going to go ahead and paste it back right there. And then we're going to also press enter again, add another wait so the game doesn't crash. And now we need to add the actual race end. So for the race end, all we're really going to need to do is copy this again. Copy. We're going to need to open up Visual Studio again, paste it in right here, and I'm going to go ahead and change the time. So the time right now says 12 seconds. We're just put it as 1 because why not? And then we're going to need another wait. So we'll add another wait here. I'll go ahead and explain everything that's going on at the end. And then I'm going to go ahead and get another remote here. You guys are not going to see this remote because I didn't grind. I grinded till first off cam just so I can get this remote here. So yeah, so there's the remote. And I can go ahead and just change these ends up a bit. So basically, guys, what this is doing is it's setting the is farming wins to state. So state right now is false. So if the player turns toggle on, state will equal true. So then while the is farming wins equals true, it's going to do a race prepare. So that's, and then it's going to start the race. And then it's going to say to the game that you finished the race with 1 second remaining. So you took 1 second to finish the race. And then after it finishes the race, it's going to do this here, which means race 1 and you got first place. And then it's going to go ahead and claim your reward and another wait. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to go a little bit more in depth. If you guys need anything more in depth, like you need me to explain it a bit more, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to take that into consideration for the next video. But for this, we're going to just come back over here. We're going to go ahead and put this code into our executor that we just made. We're going to run it and test it out real fast. So as you can see, we got our logo, we got infinite wins. And as you can see, we're gaining infinite wins now. We're getting a ton of wins. It's not going to show because I have 500 mil somehow, but yeah, it's working. So that's very good. And now what we're going to need to do is I'm going to go ahead and X that out. So now what there is in this game as well is these treadmills. So we're going to go ahead and go on the first one. I'm going to clear the logs on Simple Spy. We're going to turn this on. And as you can see, there's an add speed command. So we're going to get off, and the add speed is 1. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 for the VIP. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open up the Visual Studio again. And now that we're in the Visual Studio, we're going to go ahead and make a list. So I'm going to just do another comment here. So local lists. and then, oop, what the heck? Okay, local list, and this is going to be called local, I'll probably just do treadmills or something, or treadmill list. Yeah. Ooh, I don't like all those L's. I'm just gonna do tread list, and then equals. We're gonna need a squiggle bracket, and now this is where you're gonna put all of the different treadmills. So as you can see, there are, it says the amount it gives. So +1, +5, +10, +20, +25, +30. So what you're gonna do is go ahead and add a square bracket, quotation marks, and we're gonna put the plus amounts. So the first one was +1 second per second, and then a treadmill, because it's a treadmill. So this is what you're going to do for the first one, and then we got to equal that value. So as you can see inside of the remote in the arguments, it says 1, which is the value, and it also has quotation marks, which is very important to note. If it has quotation marks, that means in this equal sign, which is the new value, you're going to put quotation marks 1. If there wasn't quotation marks here, you just put 1, but since there is, we're just going to put the quotation marks. And then you're gonna need a comma, and then basically what you're gonna do is add one of these treadmills for every, oh, actually I didn't equals, there we go, plus. So now you're gonna basically copy this and paste it and then fill it in for all the other ones. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back once it's finished. All right, guys, I am back, and as you can see, we have every single world here done. So I have the VIPs, the World 3, World 2, World 1. I would say it's just good to keep in mind that even if you don't have the VIP Game Pass, some people using your scripts might, so you're going to want to always add these options so that they're able to use them. So now that we have the list done, so here's the list, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and scroll down here, and I'm actually going to do it before the infinite wins. So we're gonna need probably, I would assume we're gonna need a drop down here. So we're gonna just go to the documentation. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a drop down. You see there's a lot of stuff here. So what we're really gonna want is just this right here, because all of this you don't really need right now. And you're gonna open your Visual Studio, and you're gonna basically just paste it in right here. And then I'm gonna call it, honestly, I'm not going to call it anything. I'm just going to have it like this. And then we got to parent it to the farm tab. Just like that. And yeah, it's looking good. We got to rename it. So I'm going to just rename it to select treadmill, because that's what it is. And then select looks good. And then this, it has to be an unlocked treadmill, by the way. So I'm just going to put that. It has to be an unlocked treadmill. Easy. And now inside of the options, what you're going to want to do is do kind of like the same thing you did before with the other one, but you're going to do it like this now. So it's just going to be quotation marks +1 /s treadmill. And as you can see, we're not going to do any values or anything. We're just going to do a comma, enter, and then you're going to add all the other ones. So again, I'm going to do this all off camera because it does take a while, and I'll be right back once it's done. All right, guys, I am back. So I realized that the list was going to be very, very long. So I just went ahead and added these placeholders. So it's basically just going to let people know what is in each world and stuff like that. So that's very important to have, by the way, so just keep that in mind. And now basically what you want to do is just, we're going to work on the callback. So I don't think we need this return. I'm not even sure why that's there. But we're going to press enter here and enter here. So now we have the callback. And then we're going to basically do another local variable. So selected treadmill. Value probably equals world 1. No, equals, my bad, guys, tread list. So it's going to equal the tread list and then 1, which means the value. So, and then after we have this set up, actually not 1, my bad, guys, it's item. I'm being dumb. So now that we actually have this variable, we just have to actually declare it. So we're going to come back over here and we're going to do local this, is equal to nil, because right now it is equal to nothing, which nil means nothing. So that's why you're going to put nil. And then after you have that, what I like to do is just go ahead and add a simple print statement, which basically will just double check if it's actually working, which is very important. So we're going to go ahead and go down here, and right after here we're going to add the simple print. So print, we're going to print selected because it wants to print the actual treadmill that got selected. We're going to do 2 dots, and then we're going to do selected treadmill value, which is right here. So we're just going to copy this, paste it here. So now basically what this does is if someone picks one of these treadmills, it's going to change the selected treadmill value to the value of this item, and then it's going to print selected and then which one the user actually selected. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll again leave a comment and I'll explain it more in the next video. But yeah. And then next we're going to actually have a toggle that starts the farming. So we're going to go back over here to the documentation, and we're going to grab the toggle, which is right here. We're going to go back to the Visual Studio, paste it in, parent it to farm tab. And then I'm going to name it start farming. And then do we want a description on this? I think we do. I think we need one. I'm just going to do farms the selected treadmill. Ooh, I spelled treadmill wrong. Just an E. There we go. And another L. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and actually code this here. So again, we're going to need another local variable. So I'm going to do is farming tread equals state. Equals state. And then while is, ooh, I just messed up there. Good thing they made backspace. So while is farming tread, we're going to do. And now we have to actually declare this local variable. So we're going to come back up here and just do local is farming tread equals false, because we want it to start on false. And now we can actually work on coding this. So while we're going to do a little if statement here. So if selected treadmill value, and then we want it to do, so this basically checks if there's actually selected treadmill value, and if there is, it's going to run the remote. So the remote is, if we go back to Roblox, the add speed remote, we're just going to copy the code, and we're going to come back to Visual Studio and paste this remote here. And we do have to change this. This is just going to be selected treadmill value, so we can copy this, paste it here, and then just add a comma. So this is basically checking if there's a treadmill value, and if there is, then it's going to run this remote, and then we're going to need a end. Yeah, there we already have an end though. All right, and then after this end, we're going to add a wait so it doesn't crash the server. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. We can go ahead and test it. So let me go ahead and do Control C, and we're going to go ahead and just execute it and make sure everything's working. So as you can see, we have our drop down with all of the options, and we have the toggle, and we have the infinite wins toggle that's still working. And we're just going to select treadmill 1, and we're just going to do start farming. And as you can see, it's going absolutely crazy. So yeah, very, very, very OP. So yeah, and it works for all the ones that you have unlocked. Sometimes you will have to step on it again, I found. We have 48,000, so we can run this one here. So if you step on it and then get off, basically, now we can run that one. So plus 25 and then start, as you can see. And then the next one's plus 30. If we try it without going on it, it doesn't work. So we can go to get off and now do it. Ooh. Maybe it's not plus 30. It is. Why is that one not wanting to do? Here, let me wait on here for a little bit until we actually start getting some speed. I'm gonna hop off. Let me try to run this one again. That one works. Interesting, guys. So this one is not working. Let me go to check the log here. Selected 7. Let's go to see what this actually is. So if we turn on Simple Spy and run on this one, it's 6. I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's 6. So we're gonna have to open up the Visual Studio and see which one is actually 7. Wait. 7, 6. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just add treadmill, VIP treadmill here, because that's gonna be a problem if they're the same. So we're just gonna add a simple VIP treadmill, and then we can go ahead and just do the same thing here. So VIP treadmill, VIP treadmill, VIP treadmill. So now, if everything works correctly, it should go ahead and work now. Guys, I'm sorry if there's a little bit of like quietness in these videos. I don't plan these videos before I make them, or I don't script them. I do it as we go along, so yeah. But as you can see, we have the plus 30, and now it works very well. So yeah, very good. Now we have 1 million. So now let me go ahead and see what the timer at on this video. We're at 18 minutes. I don't know if we're gonna have time to add anything else to this video. We could just go ahead and do, you know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead and add the other extra wins, infinite wins. So we're gonna open the Visual Studio, and there's 3 worlds that we're doing. So we're gonna go ahead and just grab this here, this whole thing, and we're just gonna copy and paste it right here. And infinite wins, you just change this to world 2, and then you can also just change, actually no, that's fine, world 2. And then here we're gonna change this to 2 because it's race 2. And then that's pretty much all you have to do for this one. And then we're just gonna copy and paste it again. And then we're gonna put 3 here. And then just change this to world 3. Simple as that. So now if we run this, go to run it, clear the UI, run. As you can see, now we have world 1, world 2, world 3. And if we go ahead and run into world 2, which is right here, and we run the wins, as you can see, we're getting 3 million wins very, very fast. And then if we were to run into the 3rd world, let's go ahead and do that and turn it on, we're getting 10 billion wins. So it is working, which is very good. And I think this is the last world. It is. So yeah. Now what we're gonna go ahead and do is just do a little bit of like an aesthetic look here. We're gonna go ahead and just add a simple like label, because I want them to know that if the treadmill breaks or it doesn't work, they just need to hop on it and then hop back off. So we're gonna go ahead and add it probably right here. So we're gonna go to the documentation again. We're gonna grab a label, which is right, where's labels at? Oh, okay, they don't have the label on documentation, so we're gonna have to just do it ourselves, which isn't hard at all. I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's basically, you're gonna have to, again, parent it to the farm tab. So it's just, I'll make it local. Oop, my bad, all caps. Local infinite wins label. So we're naming the label here. So the name is infinite wins label equals farm tab, colon, label, squiggle, just like that. And now in here, we're gonna do text. So text equals, probably, I'll just do treadmill warning maybe. Treadmill warning. And then I'll add a colon. We're gonna add a comma at the end. And then we're gonna do description. Just like this, equals this. You must, let's see, I don't know what I'm actually gonna say here. I'm actually just gonna do, you must have the treadmill unlocked. And then we're gonna just do a space, we're gonna do a dot, and then we're gonna do a quotation marks again. We're gonna do one of these, which basically creates a new line of code. And in this new line of code, we're gonna do, if the farm doesn't work, enter the treadmill manually, then leave it and try again. Nice. And then I'm gonna go ahead and also do a label for the, what do you call it, the infinite wins here. So we'll just do it right here. local infinite wins label equals farm tab colon label squiggle text is equal to infinite wins warning colon comma description equals I did two equals quotation marks. You must have the world, or you must be in the world. You must be in the I don't know how I want to word this. It seems like, I'll just say this. Only use the method from your world. Nice. And then we're going to go ahead and just press Windows period, which is going to bring up the emoji bar. We're going to add an arrow here with a down arrow. And we're just going to say like scroll down. Scroll down. Because some people are kind of stupid. So the scroll down should help with that. And now we're just going to go ahead and run this. So let's go ahead and see. Clear. Run. And let's see what it looks like. So, so this is a little iffy here. We can go ahead and fix that. But the other ones look really good. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that real fast. And in order to fix this, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the title. Because we don't really need the title. Because it's already explaining it in the description. So now if we go ahead and just do this and run it again, as you can see, it's fixed. So yeah, guys, that's basically episode 1. So what we did in this video was we created the mainframe, we loaded up the UI, we created a few local variables, we created a auto treadmill, which is very important, and we created the infinite wins. So as you can see, they all work, which is very nice. You can actually just put them all on at once too, which is pretty cool. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, the next episode will be making the pets tab, so auto hatching and all that good stuff. And yeah, so I'll see you in that video. It should come out in the next couple of days. And if you guys did enjoy this, make sure to like and sub because it helps me out a ton. If you guys have any questions at all about the script hub or the UI or all the work we did today, don't be afraid to ask in the comments. That's what they're there for. And go ahead and join my Discord in the description. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. All right, peace.